The next topic I want to touch on, Josh, is onboarding. And I'm describing something that I think most in the audience are extremely familiar with. You've been struggling to hire a technician. You had this position open for 2 or 3 months. You finally secure someone, a candidate. They're coming in. And on their first day, nobody knows that they should be there. They're asking around, hey, whom should I see? Nobody really has a plan of, how should we do things. We finally figure things out, and it comes down to you got to do your new hire paperwork. So they start doing the new hire paperwork. An hour later, service manager comes in. Hey, have you finished your new hire paperwork? Well, I'm about to be done. Okay. Could you please make it faster? Because, we have some stuff going on. And the stuff going on is a stack of 60 work orders. They're being handed to the technician. Hey, can you finish this today? Because, we have another 600 work orders. This is not a exception. It's a very common occurrence. How can we expect that person to have a great experience at work when we started in this way? We don't have a game. We don't know, not everybody knows at the property that they're going to start. We struggle to put new hire paperwork together. And when that's finally done, we push them through the door with a stack of 50 work orders. Does it sound like this is something that we're experiencing? Is this an exception? Is this the rule from what you know, Josh?
On this, I'm not good at this one because that's not how Weidner operates at all. So fortunately for us, everything from the time we post our job openings, we have national recruiters that are reaching out to to these prospective team members, going through and finding the best candidate for us, making sure they pass background check. So then that way, when they come to us, we make that decision. The only thing they have to do is pass a drug screen. Once that happens, all the communication from there on out is from our admins. So our admins will send them their information as far as here's your offer letter, here's our start date. She'll set up their start date, their new hire orientation, and every single employee that we hire goes through new hire orientation with our regional admins. So they spend that first day on the job. They're not even at the property. They're at our regional office. They're going through the paperwork. We have the same person over and over and over going over the benefits, going over the tax forms, going over the direct deposit, the expectations, getting their uniform set up. So then that way they, and whether they walk out of there with two shirts, we're going to order their pants and the remaining of their uniforms. And then they watch their videos, their fair housing videos and just other videos that we have that day. And then they don't report to the site until later on in that afternoon. And really, that's just a meet and greet for the team members. Hey, here's your new service manager. Here's your community director. Here's your keys for tomorrow. And then the next few days is just onboarding with the team members, showing them the property. Our service managers spend those first 3-4 days with them. Hey, here's the shops. Here's the shop. Here's, our garages. Here's how we do things in the morning. If we're doing work orders, here's your bin where your work orders are at. If you're doing make readies, here's how you're going to see what make readies you're going to be in. Are we using, an app-based program? Here's how you log into your app-based program so you can see what work orders come to you and stuff. Then, within the first 2 weeks, I go out there for myself and I meet with the team members, the service technicians, the groundskeepers, the SITs, whoever it is. And I usually take them around for a half a day, take them to lunch, have that conversation with them. Hey, just kind of get to know them on a personal level, find out more about them. If it was a service technician, I probably didn't interview them. So just find out where their skill set is. What do they want training in? And ask them, what do you want in the next 12 to 18 months? Where do you see yourself with us or with your training or with your skill set? I take them around to show them other sister properties. The goal is to hit all of our properties in Oklahoma City. Sometimes we don't, sometimes we do and stuff. It just depends on how long we spend at each property. And then that way they can see how organized and how comparable each property is, because all of our shops are set up the exact same way. All of our shops are color coordinated. So then that way when team members come in from other properties, they know exactly where to go to find an outlet, a fill valve, a flush valve, things like that. So we're not wasting time on that. So I think Weidner's perfected it. I know it's hard to say things are perfect, but I would say Weidner has perfected out that onboarding process because we have the specific channels for everybody to go through.
It's something impressive. I'm absolutely impressed. I had to say it's a story that I'm not hearing, right? On a regular basis, it's kind of the other way around, what the scenario was describing before you answer the question. So more power to you for that. Congratulations.
And we hired a service technician, in one of our Arkansas portfolios, and we interviewed him. He interviewed another company, and I think they came in and they offered him, a dollar more or something like that. So he chose to go with them. What you described happened. He walked in for his new hire orientation. Nobody knew who he was. Nobody knew what he was there for. I think he hung around for 20, 30 minutes and was like, I'm going to go ahead and leave, and left and called us up and said, hey, my other job didn't pan out. You guys have an opening, and we did, and we onboarded him the way we did. And when I talked to him about it, he goes, I was completely impressed and blown away at how the onboarding process was. And our regional admin went to Arkansas to onboard them. She's not even based out of Arkansas. She's out of Tulsa. So she made that, 2-hour commute that day to make sure he had everything that he needed to have to be successful in his new hire orientation. So